All right. Leroy Sane keen to join Arsenal. Big story. The manager of Real Madrid, who goes by names of Jobi Alonso, who started his official training session as Real Madrid top manager yesterday, has obviously made a decision for Arda Guler, changing position, and it has been long overdue for us calling for this, and finally they've gone ahead to understand that this is where this guy is supposed to be playing. And lastly, we are obviously gonna be talking about Jobi Bellingham medical that was conducted yesterday, and we are waiting for the results. Welcome to this channel. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're only watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name, and we want to hit 26,000 subscribers. And how do we reach that milestone? Lower right bottom corner it is. Smash the black button that has the word subscribe. After smashing the notification bell, that will enable you get notified if I upload a video onto this beautiful channel of ours. Leroy Sane is one of those players whose contract is running down on the 30th of June. And if he clocks 30th of June without reaching an agreement with the side of Bayern Munich, is going to be a free agent. And obviously, teams like Arsenal that want to get in experienced players to turn everything around, because that's what they need, have come up with a plan. And the plan is really very, very huge. And this plan is as follows. Now, we are getting in reporters coming in through from Turkey, and they are really doing some huge service to us, especially Sabchonglu is one of those that you have to obviously pay a lot of attention to detail to what he says, because he is from Turkey, and he has told us that Arsenal will submit a formal offer to Leroy Sane today, who is being strongly pursued by Galatasaray and Fenerbahce. Player is keen on the move to Arsenal. So Leroy Sane is keen on the move to Arsenal. However much Galatasaray and Fenerbahce are really showing intent to take the player as a free agent, the player is like, you aren't taking me anywhere. I want to be a player of Arsenal. And what Arsenal have gone ahead to do, they've said, thank you very much, Mr. Leroy Sane, that you are keen to join the club of Arsenal. So they also want to send their formal offer to Leroy Sane to sign him as a free agent, because Bayern Munich was making an offer to Leroy Sane, and Leroy Sane said, it's really little, it's really banger average, you need to give me more money. And for a player like Leroy Sane, I think Arsenal can give him an astronomical fee of like £300,000 a week, because he's coming in a free agent, and what we call the sign-on fee for him and the agent. You understand? So the offer is going to be submitted, and I know it cannot go below £300,000 a week, because Arsenal, you remember, in the first summer transfer window of Arteta, one of the players they brought in was Willian, and they gave him a contract worth £300,000 a week. And I believe Leroy Sane is better than Willian, experienced Premier League proven player, and is a winner. He's that player that you can come and bring in, and even Bukayo Saka will be like, oh my God, they've gone ahead to bring in a player who is really very, very, very good. And we know talent-wise, Leroy Sane is better than Bukayo Saka, but Bukayo Saka is really more efficient and consistent, you know. So if you're having Bukayo Saka and Leroy Sane really fighting for that position, I think it will even help Bukayo Saka to really get us something that we haven't gotten from him, because I believe he can offer more. But I think he's so much into the comfortable zone, because he knows no player can come close to him, all benching him at Arsenal. But when you get in a Leroy Sane, that means he will obviously be a huge competitor. Whatever Saka can do for 60 minutes, Leroy Sane can come off the bench and do it in 30 minutes, and vice versa. So I think if I'm Arsenal, I would go in for Leroy Sane, and I would push a lot to bring him in as a free agent at the club of Arsenal. And we all know that he can also play as a left forward, and Arsenal needs to work on their bench. If Leroy Sane is on the bench of Arsenal, right, and they're having Martinelli on the bench of Arsenal, Partey on the bench of Arsenal, even Kai Havertz on the bench of Arsenal, that means Arsenal would have gone ahead to build a very strong bench. You are having Gabriel Jesus on the bench of Arsenal, Ethan Waneri on the bench of Arsenal. You know, all of those are really good substitutions that can obviously change any game. So look at what Man City has gone ahead to do. I think we should obviously learn from what City are doing. They're a good squad, but after bringing in 4 players in the January transfer window, they are going in for 4. And you've gone ahead to watch the first video I've gone ahead to upload today, that Man City is seriously going in for 3 already done deals. That is Ryan Cherki, who is undergoing his medical today, Ryan Oltrinori, the Algerian, who was unveiled yesterday, Riendes, who passed his medical on Sunday and is going to be unveiled today. They're also going in for Livramento. 4 players more, meaning that in a space of 6 months, they've gone ahead to sign 8 players. So that means the club of Arsenal should be more hungrier than the side of City, especially when it comes to bringing Leroy Sane. And Leroy Sane was in the Premier League before. It's not that he flopped, but he lacked enough playing time. The manager wanted him, but the player was like, I need to leave. I need to leave because I need to get ample playing time. And he went to Bayern Munich. That is Leroy Sane for you. So these are the kind of players that Arsenal should bring. If I'm Arsenal, I get in Leroy Sane on a free and I pay for Rodrigo. Then I get in Zubimendi and I get in Benjamin Sesko. Those 4 players can turn around a season for the club of Arsenal. And I tell you what, the season is going to be hugely competitive. When you look at Liverpool and what they are doing, you have to obviously feel scared. You know, Liverpool, really? Kokes, in. Frimpong, in. Florian Wirtz, in. And they're looking in for forward, meaning that they're going to add in 4 more players to their squad, you know. And Chelsea, Liam Delap is in. Gittens is coming in. Gustavo is coming in, and very many others. They might bring in like 5 players. So for Arsenal, the list of those we expect to come: Kepa Arrizabalaga, backup goalkeeper for David Raya. You can talk about Sesko. You can talk about Zubimendi. You can talk about Rodrigo and Leroy Sane. If they can get in those 5 players, I think we are going to be having one of the most entertaining seasons ever in the Premier League. And these players are really going to rest hugely. And they're going to come when the batteries are fully charged, because Arsenal is not playing into the Club FIFA World Cup. The same applies to Liverpool, but Chelsea and Man City are, meaning that they won't get enough rest. As from the FIFA Club World Cup, I think it will end around the 15th. They'll be left with a month to start a new season of the Premier League. And I don't know whether these players will be sent on holiday, but it's really going to be a very bad spell for them. That is it. So, Fabrizio Romano yesterday told us about Leroy Sane, that Leroy Sane expected to be part of Bayern squad for FIFA Club World Cup. His future is not clear yet, with several approaches and proposals on the table, including a deal from Bayern Munich. So, the player is not okay with the deal that Bayern Munich is really offering him, and they're like, we are not taking your deal. That's what the side of Leroy Sane is taking and proposal on the table, but Bayern are taking him to the FIFA Club World Cup. And I know for a player like Leroy Sane is going to use this exact tournament to really put himself onto the market and tell Arsenal, please come in for me. I badly want to play for you. That is it. So thank you guys for watching it through. That is Leroy Sane for you. He's traveling with the Bayern squad to play in the FIFA Club World Cup, but knowing that it's not gonna be how he wants it to be. But Bayern are failing to really keep him with the less offer they are really giving him. Fabrizio Romano told us yesterday that Jobi Bellingham set for medical tests today, that is yesterday, and then he will sign a 5-year deal as new Borussia Dortmund player. I brought this story as a here we go, and now the medical has been done. We are waiting for the results of the medical, but we all know to it that he's going to be passing this medical as a player. He's not an injury-prone player. He has followed into the footsteps of his brother, and you can easily guess that if he shines in the next 2-3 years, Real Madrid will obviously go for him, and they'll sell him expensively. That is it, because they know that they already done it on Jude Bellingham, his elder brother. Now for Jobi, it's gonna be the same story to be told. I tell you what, Jobi Bellingham, right? Jobi Bellingham is a very good midfielder, and I think he's gonna explode in the Bundesliga, because I know how the Bundesliga lives and how people really do their stuff there. He's gonna explode, trust me. Jobi Bellingham is gonna explode, and in the due course of him exploding, very many teams will obviously go for him, and I think he'll follow again in the footsteps of his brother to go to Real Madrid, and he might be playing that midfield together in the next 2-3 years from now. So that is Jobi Bellingham for you. And lastly, let's talk about Arda Guler. Arda Guler is a player that was going to Barcelona, and Barcelona were like, we are purchasing you and leaving you, I think, at Fenerbahce for a season, then we'll sign you later because of the financial fair play. Because of the financial fair play things in there. Now, after that, we went ahead to get a very beautiful story. Madrid came in through. Luka Modric told him, I'm leaving and I'm handing over my shirt number to you. And by the way, it has gone ahead to come to pass, because Luka Modric has gone ahead to say his bye-byes. And after saying his bye-byes, looks like shirt number 10 is going to be given to this guy known as Arda Guler. That is it. Arda Guler will obviously take the shirt number 10 in the mix, because Real Madrid have decided to transform Arda Guler into a full-time midfielder next season. Obviously, when you look at how he plays for Turkey, he's not played as a wide forward. You know, he's played as a central attack midfielder, and that is where he operates best. With his swift left foot, you know, act well in tight spaces. Arda Guler is the lad that you have to look at and really understand that he's not going to go, he's not going to fail to explode. He's that kind of player that I think Carlo Ancelotti never felt like he's ready. But for Xabi Alonso, him and grooming young players, you saw what he did at Bayern Leverkusen. He believes in the player. And as Arda Guler was planning to leave, Xabi Alonso called him and told him, you are going to be in my starting 11. And that's why, by the way, you are not seeing Madrid looking in so much for a central attacking midfielder, because they've already pointed at Arda Guler. All they are looking for is for a CDM or a number 8, you know. But for the central attack midfield position, the manager has already gone ahead to make up his mind that Arda Guler is the guy they are going to be using. So I think that shows you the brilliance of Alonso and believing in such a youngster, yet the club would have gone ahead to offer him money to sign a complete article. But this guy is not a complete article. He's a raw diamond, but Alonso believes he's going to empower him to obviously do the needful. And I think examples are all over, because when you look at a club, when you look at a club like Barcelona, look at when they gave this guy a debut at the age of 16, you know, Lamine Yamal. And guess what he has gone ahead to turn into? Yet for me, I believe there is more in a player of Arda Guler than Lamine Yamal. Though Lamine Yamal was trusted by Xavi Hernandez and every manager that came in thereafter and gave him ample playing time. I think that's the difference. But if Arda Guler is given that, I tell you, next season, the discussion will be Arda Guler and Lamine Yamal, who is better at that attacking position of either sides. Because they're gonna explode. For Lamine Yamal, he has already exploded. For Arda Guler, you know it very well. It's just a matter of time to see the lad exploding into the best moments that you want him to be in. So let's wait and see. Real Madrid in the FIFA Club World Cup, how Arda Guler will feature. We'll be here bringing you those updates, and I believe it's going to be one of those tournaments that's obviously going to launch this young star under Jobi Alonso. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Rokani David is my name. Today Real Madrid is unveiling Haysen, whom they bought from, I think, Bournemouth. And then tomorrow, big day, Trent Alexander-Arnold is going to be unveiled by the side of Real Madrid. And thank you guys for watching through. Rokani David is my name always, and we are here to do the needful and bring you the latest news and information that you guys will need to know about your faves. Your reactions to Leroy Sane keen to join Arsenal, as Arsenal set to submit their proposal to Leroy Sane today. We out.